All right, next up we have collective brainwashing. So women seem to have this subconscious pact amongst each other to control the mainstream narrative and push it in a certain direction. If you ask 100 women what they want in a guy, it's no coincidence that almost all of them will describe the exact same thing, which is a simp.
Today's hot take is that being a simp is actually so attractive.
Once you date a man that's obsessed with you, there is no going back.
If you pay attention to what women say they want, what they're actually describing is more of a simp, right? And the interesting thing is this is a form of collective brainwashing, because when women kind of get together and spew the same narrative and say the same thing, if they say it enough times, guys are going to start believing them. Like, there's a lot of gullible guys on social media who watch reels on Instagram and then read the comments, and if a bunch of women are saying something, the guy's going to think, well, okay, why would they lie, right? Of course this is what they want. Of course they want a nice guy. Of course they want a guy who, treats them well and is always there and available and whatnot. So this form of collective brainwashing that they do is part of the problem, because, for example, if you're in my position trying to educate guys on female nature, it's really hard to get the point across when you have a guy who's been brainwashed and deluded by what women say. Like, it's hard for me to convince them, yo bro, they're kind of all lying. That's a pretty hard point to make. So yeah, this is also pretty high tier Jezebel shit. I remember seeing this one reel, and I don't really remember the context, but the comments on the reel were a bunch of women saying, my future husband wouldn't have social media, my future husband wouldn't have Instagram, and he wouldn't be talking to other girls or whatever the fuck. And the interesting thing is, every single comment by a woman was saying that exact same thing. And the most ironic part of it all is they all commented that on an Instagram post. Women know that if they say they want a certain thing, then they can not only control the narrative, but they can control men, right? They can get men to do what they want. They can get men to act in ways that benefit them at the man's own expense. So well played, high tier.